I'm sure you have all seen or used this poop hole method to get rid of all your sewage. Look at it just dropping down into this massive hole. But it might be a waste of a resource that has a use. So in this video, I want to try to turn sewage into electricity as well as clean water and feed that back to our city. Well, I have a more massive city all the way back here, and maybe we can even make a profit from it. To get started with the dam, why don't we use the natural hills that we already have to build one? So let's just buy a bunch more tiles. Here we go. Oh, then we first need to unlock the hydroelectric power plant. But luckily, since the city is already over 100,000 in population, I have tons of development points to spend. Next, let's do a bit of terraforming, just so we have a good height for our dam. We can just put it in right here. I hope that the positioning is correct. I wonder if it should be the other way around or not. Probably because of this box. Let's draw it in again. Or maybe we can test it out where there is an actual river. It puts these electricity things to the side of the water. Yeah, so it was the wrong way around. This way should be correct and should be working fine. Very well. Then let's finish the terraforming. Make it look nice. And then we should immediately start dumping sewage in here. Let's add a bunch of sewage outlets at the back. I guess the 100,000 people in the city also produce a lot of sewage. Connect it up to the city. And then I'm deleting the existing sewage outlets so everything gets funneled through the dam. And I also need to connect the other cities on my map, just like that. And then delete even more sewage outlets. Now the only sewage I have is up here, and we can see the fluid already flowing down here. Look at this. This will be a great dam. I'm sure of it. All that sewage will soon power all of the city back in the background. But I'm a bit afraid that it will take a long while for this dam to fill up. So let's speed up the time to the maximum and then build some more things around here. First, we probably want people to be able to get here by car to visit this beauty. So we need a road that goes somewhere along here, connecting up to the city. And we need power lines going to some transformer station so that the moment we make electricity, we can have the electricity exported, or rather used in the city. And now let's look at the dam. It's apparently already running at 1% efficiency, making 200 kilowatts of electricity. Whoa, that's pretty cool. I didn't expect that yet. It has 18 employees and it has plus 13 employee happiness. I thought that it would be like in Cities Skylines 1. There I think the dam had to be filled up to the max to actually start producing electricity. But now we just have this small puddle here at the bottom, but still the dam is ramping up in production up to 340 kilowatts now. That's looking promising. Oh, and look at the electricity availability in our city. Apparently we're only producing 208 megawatts, but consuming 600? Where are we consuming 600 megawatts of electricity? Who here is consuming that much? That can't be true, right? I mean, I can set up another high voltage line to this transformer station back here, but I really can't imagine who is using this much electricity. But it doesn't matter because soon we have a dam that will also produce tons of electricity. And it's just steadily rising. I think it's rising the same way that our sewage level is rising. That's already pretty promising. We're at 500 kilowatts, half a megawatt already. That was pretty easy. Our city is even generating 1 million from electricity fees. And it's really a good thing that we have this large population, because otherwise we wouldn't have that much sewage. And now while this dam is filling up steadily, I think we should make it a tourist attraction. Let's add some more terraforming here on the other side of the dam. Give it some space. Then we can have a road running along the side so people can look down. And then let's put a nice hotel right here. Look at it. You can get a perfect suite up here overlooking the entire sewage distribution and the dam. This must be quite an expensive hotel. It doesn't have water. Let's quickly fix that. And this hotel is 100% powered by the electricity of the dam. It has an attractiveness of 119. Yes, this is a very, very attractive hotel. Just look at the mountain view, so great. And then why not expand the area a bit further? Let's add some villas with pools right here, and maybe even a few shopping opportunities with some commercial buildings here. I'm sure these guys will love it. The dam is filling up even more, but it's still only producing 500 kilowatts of electricity. That's like way less than a wind turbine, but I guess it's still something. Oh, actually, I'm wondering, now we have this amazing dam, since our city apparently is still consuming way more electricity than we produce, and we pay 4 million for importing electricity. What happens if we increase the service fees to the max? So the fees we got just doubled from 1 to 2 million. And I think we should import less electricity now, maybe at the expense of some profitability of companies. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens here in monitors. Yeah, and the amount of electricity we import is already dropping, as well as the happiness. But as long as our population is still growing, I don't really see an issue with that. And as long as profitability goes up, which it obviously does, we're now at 10 million profits. Everything seems to be pretty great. With these new policies in place, let's decorate the area of the dam even further. I'm gonna build a custom park here. Maybe there can also be like some viewing deck. Look at that, so people can walk up here and have an even better view of the sewage dam. And then of course we need some benches right here so people can really smell all the poop and see where all the electricity fees that they're now paying are going to. Our money is really rising quickly. Kind of looks funny. And I think the policy is saving us money, yes. We're importing way less electricity, but we're also getting less from fees because people are using less electricity. But we no longer have this large problem of consuming too much electricity. I guess that's great, but we're getting distracted from the park. Let's add a fountain. Oh, and maybe some homeless people are living up here. So let's give it some tents. These might be the workers at the power station. What a great society we have here. Look at it. I wonder when people will come up here to take a look. Maybe if we add parking areas. How about a parking building? Maybe people want to use that. I mean, there's a police car driving around here. There's some people living here. I'm not sure how I can see how many people live in this hotel, but there's at least some cars parked in front. Sadly, I can't look inside the windows, but they are probably inside enjoying the view of the poop filling up. It will probably still take a long while until this dam is fully filled up and working. Oh, we're up to 12 million in profits right now. Let's repay all the loans we have. And now I'm just gonna sit here and simulate for a while. Okay, so I have simulated for half an hour now. We're up to 3,120,000 population. Happiness decreased, but the water isn't filled yet, and somehow not everything here is sewage. The water apparently turns into normal water after the dam, which is quite interesting, but I don't think it is even halfway full yet. So I wanna try to make the dam filled up faster with some terraforming. I think there are multiple options. I mean, if I take this land and just expand it here, I basically just added a bunch of water in the map. Oh yeah, I think that helped a good amount. Now everything is shaking. Let's quickly look at the dam. It's now producing 0 kilowatts for some reason, but I guess that's fine. We want to have it filled up. Now I'm wondering what happens if I can make a massive hole here. That should now have tons of fluid inside. And again, oh, I'm getting tons of waves and some crazy artifacts. Man, Cities Skylines, you really need to fix your water physics. What is this? It's like someone being beamed up to some UFO spaceship right here. This looks crazy. But what happens if now I go ahead and close this again? Does that create additional water? I am not so sure about that, but I can try other things. Like, what if I remove some of the space here? That the area that we need to fill is smaller. That should make it fill up faster, but somehow it doesn't. Let's do a bit more of it, just in hope hopes that this helps. And then let's just, I guess, play around a bit more with these crazy water physics, making a massive hole here. I think created more water. Yeah, it really feels like it's getting fuller and fuller. I'll just play around with it more until we have the dam working. Oh damn, I just flooded a lot of things here by just making a hole like I did before. But I'd say that's a good thing because I want everything being filled up. So that means I am on the right path. I made some markings here on the side. I'm progressing. So the way to create infinite water is to make a hole, make it larger, and then close it back up. That action alone creates more water. Oh damn, look at this, how much water it creates. It's overflowing to all sides. Oh, and there's poop going to the hotel. Oh damn, my dam is overflowing. But that should also mean that it starts producing electricity. Is that from the dam? The small puddle at the bottom? Yes, we're producing 44 megawatts of electricity. Everything is crazy flooding right now. They're even driving through these tunnels that are flooded. What are you doing? And everyone downhill should pay attention to water coming down. But it appears like our dam is finally working, or it's filled up. I think I can delete these sides here again. That way it once again has a better shape that creates even more waves that will spill over the dam probably. The right side is fully overflowing with all the poop water, but it looks surprisingly clean. I mean, the only water we pump in here is sewage, yet it still looks great. Is it only optics, or does the game still think it's sewage? The game doesn't even think it's sewage. That's very, very interesting. The dam is producing electricity. I think it still needs, again, a bit of water height, but that will come any second now. And then I guess let's start making somewhat of a lake right here for all the sewage water to flow into. Oh, and I guess I just created a bunch of water out of nowhere. You just flow and go wherever you want to. Let's try making the lake a bit different. Let's retain the walls. Let's make a lake like this, creating walls like in a dam. That should store some water here at the bottom. Oh, and this is a lot of water. Where does all this water now suddenly come from? It might be that the dam is finally working. From some angles it has water, but not from all. This is really a problem of the game, not doing anything or not working great. What's happening here? Why is there from some angles water and not from all? They really need to fix this game. A good thing that this massive water tsunami does not affect anything. It does not affect the road. I can just let it flow down the hill towards the ocean. Look at this car. There is a garbage truck coming. Look at the tsunami. It doesn't care. It literally doesn't care as it drives up to the poop dam. How about we add a few more sewage outlets just here to the side, 3 more, and they also start dumping sewage in here. Sewage treatment is looking great. Maybe I can export sewage to the outside. I wonder if that works, or I mean import sewage. Is that possible? I just made an outside connection with it. Does not look like it, but it was worth a try. Now here everything is pretty much glitched, and since I think the dam is not filled to where it should be, I will try one more time to add water, just a tiny bit, right here in the middle, and I'll patch it all back up. Oh damn, what's happening? What's happening here? Everything is going crazy, but the dam is working. It looks like it's producing 180 megawatts of electricity. All the water is flowing down here and it's collecting in this bay. Yeah, this water is now definitely higher and the dam is working way better. So now we come to the next step. We have all the sewage water that comes out of this dam. It flows down here, it collects, and we need to let it flow somewhere, or at least that's what I would have thought. But we have another solution. We're going to pump it from here, add 3 water pumpings to road access. So we need to figure that out with terraforming. Let's give them the roads that they want. And then we can connect it up back to the street. Now these things will pump water. They're already pumping 106 cubic meters of water. That way we have tons of water availability. Maybe we can even export some water. Yes, we can do that. That works. And everyone in my cities is now drinking this poop water, and we're even making a bit of money from water export. I think this will increase quite soon, and we're making a profit from electricity, which is pretty crazy. I think that the dam is now fully filled up. It's producing 5 megawatts. That is only increasing, and all the water that comes out of here, which currently looks like nothing, but it couldn't be producing electricity without water, flows down here where it gets sucked up by water pumping stations, and these distributed to the city and make money. All of which is originating from this poop water up here, which magically is getting cleaned. Some days this game is just really weird. But I'd say this construct that we just built is a massive success. I mean, look at it. It's quite compact. It has tourist attractions. We use all the sewage that we have anyway. It flows over here to a dam. We have tourist attractions. People can take a look at the dam right here. Then the dam holds back all the sewage, which already is magically clean, but let's forget about that. And we have a great mountain view. It flows down. All the water that flows down is being picked up by these water pumping stations and then distributed to our beautiful cities and industry area. And still our city is profitable, not as much as it used to be, but that's still fine. Population is growing and our people are mostly happy. They're just unhappy of high electricity fees, but we need to exploit them to the maximum. What do you think of this construction? What else should we build? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. And happy gaming!